Welcome to Introduction to Computer, which we also call Information Management and Computer Applications. So here we basically are going to learn the basic uses of computers, the components, operations, and the primary types of computers and how we can define data and information. So the computer world has evolved with time, starting from the Pentiums to hybrid computers, which go into mainframes, laptops, and portable computers. So a computer, by definition, is simply an electronic device that operating under the control or instruction installed in its memory to accept data through input devices, as well as to process the data according to the specified processes using the CPU and produce results in output form, either through tangible, which is hard copies or soft copies, and also to store this data in various storage devices for future use. So generally, a computer is simply a device that accepts, processes, stores data, and produces output collectively. So a computer is a machine that manipulates data according to the list of instructions it's given. This device is capable of transforming computations and making them into logical decisions at huge speeds. An electronic machine that is used for data processing, the output which comes out after information has been processed is called information. So data in its scattered form without any tangible meaning is just a set of facts. But once it's processed into meaningful information that can be used for decision making, we now call it information. So there are different types of computers. We have what we call the handheld computers, portable computers, tablets, touchscreens for typing, and iPads. So the types of computers range from what we call supercomputers, servers, which are computers that save information to other computers on a network. So many businesses use the local file servers to store information locally. Other types of computers we must know are PCs and Mac, which are both functional but have different looks and feels, and many people prefer the more smaller and easy to use. So the functions of a computer are basically to input data, to process data, and to output data. You can also store data in form of information. So you give it instruction. So you put data, 2 and 2 are simply sets of data. The instruction plus is to add, then 4 becomes information that has been produced out of the input of this data plus the instruction. So data is comprised of 2 main categories. We have the software and the hardware. The hardware is simply what you can touch with your hands, and the software is intangible. They follow a set of instructions that are supplied by a software. So the hardware part of the computer comprises of the computer case, the CPU, the monitor, the keyboard, the disks, the hard drives, the memories, the speakers, the printers, whereas the software is simply a system of software applications, utility applications, and system applications that we are going to look at in depth. And the system software is simply a set of instructions that tells the hardware what to do and how to do it. And if we're going to look at programs that are installed, usually are used to control the operations of the computer. So a computer is designed to simply provide a platform for running application software, aka operating system. So it serves as an interface between the user and the hardware. So there are 2 main as a control users of the operating system. It controls all the components of the software of the computer and is used to interface the user, who is you, and hardware, who is a computer. So computer has a software system which comprises of programs that control operations of the computer and its devices. And so it is designed to operate and control the hardware and also provide a platform for running the application using the operating system and the utility programs. So the operating system is simply the part of the computer that runs the computer. It is simply the intermediary between the physical world and the invisible world. The physical being the hardware and the invisible being the software. So it determines the factors such as the interface, which is the familiarity and the ease of using, the configurability of the computer, which is the trackability, and also the security system. So computer software simply consists of programs that make the users more productive and interface with the program itself. So we have the application software, which is simply a set of one or more programs that are designed to carry out operations for a specific application, such as word processing, presentation, spreadsheets, database, and emails. So we have also the application software, which is designed for a specific purpose for the user. Examples of application softwares will include MS Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Access, CorelDRAW, Paint, and games. So we also have utility software, which come with a computer, which is there to resolve complex situational problems. We have utilities like Partition Magic, backup utilities, antiviruses, data recovery utilities, and also we have what we call the security softwares. These basically are used to remove any problem on a computer that we wish to solve. So we also have peripherals. Peripherals are simply whatever we connect to the computer system and is controlled by a processor in the computer. So peripherals must have a compatibility that can allow the computer to respond and speak to. They also must have interoperability, meaning they should be able to communicate with the computer. So we also have other components that we'll discuss in the next segment. So in summary, computers are simply electronic devices that accept, process data, and also store information. So the software part of the computer is simply that part that accepts instructions that tell the hardware on how to navigate around it. So we also have the hardware part of the computer, which is simply the physical component that we can see, touch, and feel. We also have different types of computers. We have PCs, notebooks, we have servers, and supercomputers. We also have input, output, and storage devices that we are going to learn in the next segment. So this is basically on the introduction to computing.